Hi there, it's John here from itsmorethanjustgaming.com and welcome. Today I'm going to be unboxing one of my recent deliveries from Kickstarter, Scrooge the board game. For those of you that have been following my website for a while, Scrooge is a game that I heard about when I went to the UK Game Expo earlier this year. I met the developers, some good lads, had a chat with them, took some photographs, shared it on my UK Game Expo blogs. Stayed in touch with the developers afterwards, did a review, or rather a preview of the prototype version, and now, after the Kickstarter campaign, actually within a couple of months of the campaign completing, here it is. It's already arrived, so I'm now going to actually just open it up and unbox it. I'm not going to bother going through the rules, because the rules you'll be able to find on my previous, or rather an idea of play. I'm just going to go through what the components look like and how cool it looks, basically. So let's open it up. Yay, it's like opening a present. Yeah, deal with that rubbish later. It's quite exciting actually, because I've got quite a few Kickstarters on the way, and this is the first major one to actually arrive. Okay. What I'll do is I'll take things out of the box and show to camera here, and then we'll do a sort of like shot down onto them so that you can get a better look at all of them. But let's see. Yay. And yes, I am wearing a Christmas jumper. It's Godzilla wearing a Santa hat. Because why wouldn't you have Godzilla wearing a Santa hat if you possibly could? Okay, so it's got that nice new game feel and smell. We've got a rulebook, which is actually not particularly long. It's very colourful on the inside. See, lots of colours. One thing this gang had going for them was they did a really good job of the artwork on the Scrooge stuff, so it looks very Dickensian, and I quite like that. This is the board. I'm just about to open it up, although if you've seen my preview you'll actually have an idea of what the board looks like. No surprises, the board looks basically the same. That's the streets of London, and you're trying to get to Scrooge's final moment of truth. So we'll zoom in on the board in a second, or in a few minutes I should say. Got a couple of dice here. There's the Marley dice and the regular dice, and some stands for the characters. The different character standees, so there's Oliver Twist, Mr. Pickwick, Mr. Micawber, Fagin, Bell, and the Artful Dodger. So not all from A Christmas Carol, but all Dickensian. We have a nice little pack of Scrooge's Bag of Tricks and ghost cards, by the looks of things, in this pack. So let's see, let's open this up. I like opening up these little packs of cards, they're cool. Oh, these feel nice on the back. They're very nice. That's the ghost cards. These are things that can help you in the game, as I recall. And again, we'll zoom in on them in just a few minutes. There's some Scrooge's Bag of Tricks, which is basically cards that happen that are bad. Ooh! I don't remember these being in the prototype. I think this was part of my feedback, but probably not just me actually. There's a prompt card. Prompt cards for actually basically when you put gold in the counting house and things like that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that was needed and that's been done, so that's cool. So you've also got Scrooge's Nightmare cards. Again, I'll zoom in on them just shortly. More Scrooge's Bag of Tricks. And what do we have here? Can't remember what these cards were called. It's been a while since I've looked at the Scrooge stuff, I have to admit. Not so long, but still. Okay, Scrooge's money box cards. Yep. Again, nothing really particularly surprising in here as yet. There are probably stuff in here that I've not seen before because we only played the prototype a few times. But it all looks exactly as before. It's just very nice, good quality cards here. We've got some hero cards. And some Scrooge cards for the heroes and villains cards. And some information cards about the various characters you can actually play. So that's the cards there, and they've got information on the back. So let's read out Ebenezer Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint, secret and solitary as an oyster, the surviving partner of Scrooge and Marley, moneylenders and bill discounters. The miser Scrooge is taught that his real business in life is humanity. He learns this on Christmas Eve by encountering the ghost of his former partner, Jacob Marley, followed by 3 disturbing visitors, the spirits of Christmas past, present and future. If you watch the Muppet version, he's visited by Bob and Jacob Marley. And if you follow one of the Facebook pages that I follow, he gets visited by the ghost of past participle. That's a writing joke. We also have lots of money. Let's see if I can get into this without actually any trouble. I actually have some scissors here. Like Monopoly, you start with some money in this, and their money starts in the counting house, and going around the board. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can snip. There we go. Got a little bit of a hole punched there, and it's no help at all. What I'll do is I'm going to kill the video just now. Oh, or maybe I won't, because this looks like an easier part. Yeah, I'm going to end this part of the video just now, and then I'm going to zoom in top down onto the various components of the game so you can get a little bit more detail on them. So back in a second. Okay, so here we have the board, and I'll just move the rulebook out of the way. So if you just remember from previous videos, players start here and they make their way all the way around the board, which is basically London, to Scrooge's moment of truth, where you basically have to try and redeem Scrooge, and whilst beating all the other players. I'm not going to go into the mechanics of that just now. You're going to need to buy the game. It's quite a fun game anyway, so there's no harm. And well, although it is a little bit Christmassy, I would think, but I dare say this will be available all year round. Okay, so let's have a look at the rulebook. As you can see, it's a nice, well-made, small rulebook, so easy to get into. Very colourful, well-marked sections, as you can see here, with nice little pictures telling you what you're looking for, which I've actually commented in previous videos about things that are a little bit unclear what certain components are. This doesn't appear to be the case here because 1, it's a short rulebook, and 2, it's all clearly labelled, very, very user-friendly. So let's go through some of the different cards, or in fact all of the different cards. First card I'm going through are the ghost cards. So there's a deck of these that you can pick up when you hit one of the ghost squares, which actually is on the video there. That's pick up one ghost card there. It's upside down on screen, but you get the picture. Ghost cards are designed to give you an advantage over Scrooge and other players, such as stealing cards, blocking street instructions, and influencing player outcomes. There's also sort of like a nay card so that you can stop these things. So you can have, I think, up to about 5 of them in your hand, and they are quite cool to have in your anyway because they're advantage. Ooh, sorry. Oh, sorry, that's rubbish of me. So you've got at any time, replace a turn, and heavy snow, and it's a trap. Oh, Admiral Akbar's in this. Great, love that. These next cards here are Scrooge's Bag of Tricks, which you get, you pick them up when you land on squares like this. This is telling you to pick up one Bag of Tricks card. Here's the fun thing. When you pick up a Bag of Tricks card, you give it to the person who is out in the lead. which is a sort of strategic thing you can do because Scrooge, these cards represent Scrooge playing tricks on the various players. It's Scrooge's turn, effectively. At the start of every player turn, if they have any bag of tricks cards, they have to turn them over and resolve them. I'll just read out the flavour text for them. Designed to help Scrooge trick, trap, trip you up, such as having to pay gold to Scrooge and other players. So when you land on a bag of tricks, you only have to do these terrible things if you're the person in the lead. If you're not the person in the lead, you give them to the person in the lead. So return all your ghost cards is 1. Go back 4 streets, which is 1, which is useful in that you may not necessarily be the leader anymore, but you then have to move forward again, and you'd run the risk of hitting other nasty things. So that's quite cool. Those are bag of tricks cards. Okay, there are also what are called nightmare cards, and they are designed to give players an opportunity to trade for gold with turning point cards offering a special ability. So of the 4 nightmare cards, one of them is a turning point and it's got a special ability on it. So activate at the end of turn. Protect yourself from buying nightmare cards when you land on buy streets. Discard at any time. Hijack the gold when any player lands on the counting house. And you can sell nightmare cards, and you get more the more you sell at any given point. It's a multiplier. However, if you hold on to nightmare cards, bad things can happen, as I recall. So yeah, it's a strategy. You want to have a lot to sell, but you don't want to have them too long because it can actually bite you in the backside later. You can only also have 5 at any given time. So again, quite nice quality cards. So yep, let's go on to the next lot. Okay, the next set of cards are Scrooge's money box cards. Actually, I think these are my favourite cards in the game. Not for their game effect, but they've got lots and lots of nice little pictures on each of them. Scenes from Dickensian sort of like cartoons and whatnot. So Scrooge's Black Moment, you've got Marley's Ghost there. Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Let's move this lot back. Yeah, that was me being careless. So yeah, we've got Marley's Ghost there. Business prospects who are well tipped for services over here secret information. Scrooge's money box cards are designed by the miserly old penny pincher himself to give him a helping hand in his financial dealings. When you land on a money box square, you pick up as many cards as it tells you to, and each card has a money value on it. So this is lose 100 gold, this is lose 50 gold. However, this one is win 75 and this one's win 25. So you basically, in these cases, you count up how much you would win or lose, and if you win, if you end up winning more than losing, then you take that amount of money from the counting house. If you lose, you put it in the counting house. And that's how Scrooge makes his money. Okay, so there's heroes and villains cards, and they are used in the Moment of Truth challenge. Basically, when you get to the end of the board and you satisfy all the conditions, Scrooge gets 3 money box cards and you get 3 money box cards, and one of these heroes and villains cards is added at random to Scrooge's money box cards. So there's a good chance that it'll be a villain card which has Scrooge's picture on it, and it adds to the value of Scrooge's hand, whereas a hero reduces the value of Scrooge's hand. So basically the challenge begins. You and Scrooge take it in turns to show your Moment of Truth hand. You reveal first. Once both Moment of Truth hands have been shown, you turn over the selected heroes and villains card. The value is added plus or subtracted from Scrooge's Moment of Truth hand. All players, including the person doing the Moment of Truth, have one final chance to play ghost or turning point cards. You can either pass or play a card. The round starts clockwise from the player doing the challenges left, and then ends after all players have passed consecutively. If your Moment of Truth hand is lower or equal to Scrooge's Moment of Truth hand, you've lost the challenge. Scrooge returns to his miserly old ways. You must return to the street you came from. Your turn is over. The heroes and villains card is not returned to the game. To beat Scrooge in his Moment of Truth challenge, your Moment of Truth hand must be higher than Scrooge's Moment of Truth hand. You are the winner and have transformed Scrooge into a kinder, gentler man. It's a little bit random, but that means that you're not going to be able to power game this. And you are able to affect it by staying on the board and collecting ghost cards and things like that. So there is skill involved, but there's also an element of chance, so anyone can win. Okay, so here we have the money. It's shinier than Monopoly money, or at least shinier than the Monopoly money in the set I've got. Or got access to, I should say. You've got in denominations of 25, 50, 100, 250 and 500. That's what you use playing the game. There, like I said earlier, there's prompt cards to give you instructions on how various mechanics happen in the game, and you have your plastic stands for the characters that you use to move around the board, and you have, I don't think these have any effect on the game itself, but like I say, you have your various character cards which have their backgrounds on them. So there's the Artful Dodger, there's Fagin, that one's Mr. Micawber. There's one for all of the characters there, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's been my quick unboxing of Scrooge. Sorry, Scrooge, not Scrooge. Scrooge is that Bill Murray movie. That's been my quick unboxing of Scrooge. Very good quality. It arrived very quickly. It's the quickest I've seen from any Kickstarter, so these guys have been, they've been all over it. I'm quite pleased with the production quality. The game is quite simple in itself. It doesn't lend itself well to power gaming, so if there's that one person out there that just has to win everything, well, there's random chance that will actually throw the spanner in the works for them as well, so anyone can actually do it. Skill is involved, but chance will actually hamper power gaming, so that's cool. It levels the playing field somewhat. I reckon I'll get to play this over the festive period, because I particularly got it so I could play a game with my family, because my family are not gamers at all. But I thought they might do something like this at Christmas time. So maybe you'll hear about that in the next couple of weeks. More likely, you'll hear about it in my roundup of the festive period when I release something like that in the New Year's time. I've been John from itsmorethanjustgaming.com. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. There will be a link to the blog, my website, where there will be a blog accompanying this video in the description, which you can follow. I would encourage you, if you are a gamer yourself, to have a look around. I've got lots of good stuff there about board games, card games, war games and roleplay games. Also creative writing stuff on there as well. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.